Barra de Tijuca.
Say that again one more time.
We're in Barra de Tijuca right now.
Yeah.
Taking a walk.
This shit is crazy. Look at that.
Just scouting the area, you know, over here.
Yeah.
You know, this is a very, very beautiful area.
Yes, it is,
We're on
man.
the west side of Rio right now.
Yes.
We got away from Copacabana.
Yeah.
And now we just venturing out.
Take a look. You don't want to step away. But
Yeah.
now,
You see the difference, right? Over here you have a lot of high-rise buildings, a lot of nice gated communities. And it's very safe over here. You know, very safe. You ain't got to worry about getting robbed or nothing like that. The quality of life here in Barra de Tijuca is probably the best, you know.
well, now let me ask you something. Okay. And when you say, how is the living here? I mean, off the U.S. dollar. How,
Well,
like
the US
for example, what if I want to live right there? See, right? Like, what if I want to live right there?
Well,
in that gated community over there.
Well, the U.S. dollar right now basically is 3 to 1. So you can find a spot here for 2,000 reais.
2,000 reais. So that would be about 700.
About $780.
Now, I bet a lot of people at home are paying that right now. In a hole in the wall.
And a hole in the wall.
Okay,
Right.
back in whatever you live at in the Matrix.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So if you want that high quality life, you come Barra de Tijuca. I'm considering it right now.
That guy is kite sailing right there, man. Look at him.
And the weather right now is not even hot.
It's not even hot. It's more like a breeze. We get a nice, long, strong breeze off the ocean. Nice waves coming. All right.
We in the postal 5 right now. This is what life is all about. Just venturing out and seeing what fits you.
Like life beyond the Matrix.
You're on the west side, so you're not far from the south side.
But it's like I said, this is more. It's
You
more.
look up there, look right on that side. You see more high-rise complexes. You know, and this is the short side of Barra de Tijuca. This is the beach side, and we haven't even walked further down. And later on, we're gonna go to this other street where they have all the restaurants, bars. We're gonna check that out too.
I mean, this is living. This is living right here. Anything about it, this can be done.
Exactly. It could be done. All you gotta have is just perseverance, confidence.
You know, like I said, there's a lot of guys out here. There's guys out here making videos up about coming to live abroad, to see where they at, all this other stuff, and saying, "Oh well, this is something. I travel here and I travel there. This is something I can do. Everybody else can't do." You know, we trying to show y'all on the Charlestown Show, all right, and Black Man's Option. We're trying to show y'all that this is something we all can do, all right? You know,
You gotta just have a positive mind. and
exactly. Raphael and me, we're no different than anybody else. We found a place, we locked onto it, and we moved on it, okay? We moved on it. See, when you doubt yourself, when you don't believe you can make it happen, and fear, the number one component that will keep you locked into the Matrix
Fear.
is fear. And I was all the fears I get. Fear, oh, I don't know if I can afford it. Fear, oh, I don't know if I can get a passport. Fear, I don't know if I can fly. Plane might fall out the sky.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Oh, it's dangerous. Fear, oh, I might get a Zika virus. Fear, oh, I might get HIV and AIDS and all this other stupid stuff that you get right there in the Matrix.
Exactly.
Okay? Fear, I might get robbed. You can get all that stuff right at home, right around the corner from where you live.
I lost a friend of mine in Miami. He got robbed at gunpoint. He was going to work, and this guy was in the Navy for 5 years. And he was getting ready to go to Thailand on vacation.
Oh,
and they robbed him, they shot him. Over $50. And he was getting ready to go to work.
$50. Did they ever catch the guys?
Yeah. They caught the guy that did it. But that goes to show you that it can happen to anyone, you know? You can't have fear.
You can't let fear.
You just gotta pack your bag and travel.
Yes.
And you never know where your destiny might lead you to, you know?
You know, people...
The world is big, you know? I've been to over 50 countries worldwide, almost every continent, and I'll tell you what, man, every country is special in special ways, you know. So just go out there and travel. You might find a place that matches you.
You've been so you've been a lot of places. Now, what makes Brazil? What keeps you in Brazil?
What makes Brazil special is number one, the culture aspect of it. Brazil has 25 states. Every state you go to, it feels like you're in a different country. You know, if you go to the north side of Brazil, you feel like you're in another country. And here, right, per se in Rio, Sao Paulo, Salvador, the land Manaus, all those places are special. And I would say the culture, number one, the women, the food, you know, the people are friendly, you know. Nothing is always peaches and cream, and we're not gonna say it's a perfect situation, but for me it's just a perfect situation, you know?
Now, let me ask you something. You said the women there, okay? Now, we had a conversation, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna probably leave their opinion on this, but the thirsty aspect, the thirsty mentality that a lot of men have, like in the Matrix. I mean, I get a lot of guys who leave me emails. I'm talking, asking stupid stuff about Brazil. You know, oh, they have orgies down here. Oh, the women take back shots. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm like,
I think, you know what it is? It's the thing is a perception. They watch too much porn movies and they assume that every Brazilian woman is just like in the porn movies, and that's a false assumption, you know? Because not every woman is gonna actually is gonna satisfy you sexually like a porn star, no matter where you go around the world. And you just got, you know, I always say people just got to get off that mindset and just experience it and experience it for yourself. You might find your paradise, you know. You know, Brazil's a big country, and you have plenty of options. Give yourself an opportunity to discover what you like, and then the woman will come along with you.
See, I've been coming down here enough. This is my 19th trip to Rio, Brazil in general, okay. You know, I've been to a couple places, like I said, I've been island hopping all the way from Newfoundland, Canada, all the way down here, okay? And Brazil has kind of put a hook in me, all right? And
I will say, one thing I will say, Brazil has a lot of similarity in terms of, like, you know, for the black men in Brazil.
Yes.
You know, that's why I
See,
call
that's
it,
the thing that gives,
I call it the second
connection.
I call it the second phase of Black America in a lot of ways, because you have a lot of this, you have similarities, you know, in a lot of ways. You have people that look like us in Brazil.
Yes.
You know, you know, the majority of the slaves came through Brazil.
Yes.
You know, they
the
came
majority.
through Bahia.
It's 53% black here.
It's 53% black. You know, it's like anywhere around the world. I tell people, look, man, you're gonna have racism exists anywhere you go around the world. Anywhere there's colonizers. Here. You're gonna have it, but you shouldn't
also
let that,
feminism as well.
Feminism too. You shouldn't let that stop you from your goals at all. You know, you gotta basically live your dream, and don't let it stop you from doing nothing in life. You know, because at the end of the day, you gotta do what makes you happy. You gotta do what fits you personally. You know, hell, you could end up in in Vietnam, Brazil, Colombia, Chile, and you might find a paradise in one of those countries. Your paradise.
In my case, right, I've kind of been locked onto here, all right? Even though I say now, with the election of Donald Trump and everything like that, the disaster that's going to be, okay, I think, brothers, everything's on the table now.
Exactly.
All right, Thailand, Brazil, all right, Colombia, the DR, yes. All that's on the table now. Brothers got to stop being locked into the matrix.
Exactly.
All right. The only thing you need from the U.S. at this point
is
the USD. That's it. Dollar.
And the thing is about the matrix is, the matrix USA is that, you know, when you work in 2 or 3 jobs and you constantly work and you're constantly busting your ass for your money, it comes with a lot of stress, you know, and sometimes it could affect your health, you know, because you feel that you have to live with a certain amount of money that you really don't have to live. You know, you feel, well, I got to make $10,000 a month to live this lifestyle. Well, if I move outside the matrix USA, I have to have $10,000 a month come in. That's false. You don't need that kind of money. That's way too much.
Can I ask you something? You're about to move. Well, I don't know if I should ask you that. Is that cool?
That's cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You're about to move down here, right here.
Yes.
Okay. I saw your apartment. Okay. Now, can you tell me how much that apartment costs? in reais and then in U.S. currency.
1,200 reais.
Okay, now
per
what?
month.
Now
And
what?
I think in a dollar, it's probably got, I don't think it's probably more than $500.
$500. Now,
According to the exchange rate. As long as the exchange rate stays that way, that's how much it'll
why
cost.
do y'all think I told y'all guys not to vote for this clown, Donald Trump? Because the exchange rates are going to affect us abroad. Forget about Hillary Clinton and her feminism. Because when you're living abroad, you don't have to worry about that shit.
Exactly. Actually, the dollar has a lot of effect on how you live, especially in a country like Brazil.
Yes.
Because back in 2008, I remember it was like $1 to $1.20 in reais.
I know. I was back here in 2010. I remember.
Everything was very expensive, you know, especially if you wanted to live like in
the
a
dollar
place
was
like this.
practically useless.
You know, so I mean, the whole thing is like, you know, as long as the dollar stays up, you're winning. Especially here. And
like I said, this you got a condo, fully furnished apartment. And if that apartment was not here, okay, not in Brazil,
that's like,
not in Barra,
that's like at least $2,000 a month.
You want to bring that back home, you're looking at a $2,000, $2,500 a month rent.
Exactly. For what? Exactly.
Now we talking correct. Only $500.
Exactly.
All right, I'm paying that right now for my little hole in the wall efficiency back there in West Philadelphia.
Exactly. Without the beach.
Without the beach. Without this. This is living. This is the way black men, good middle class, decent black men should be living.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
I don't go to places to live like a pure local. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not used to that type of living.
Exactly.
You know,
that's the thing. We talk about got something going on where you got the guys up there, some clowns up there, and these other fake ass Facebook groups and all this other stuff saying, okay, we gotta go in order for us to get the proper living, Afro-Brazilian living. You gotta go from your hood to an even worse hood, even in the favelas. And y'all gonna see some pictures that I took when I was in the favelas as well. Okay,
the whole thing about like this is what I took, the whole thing about like living and coming as a tourist is a different story. Because when I used to come here as a tourist, you know, I said to myself, you know, well, if I'm gonna live here, I gotta live with a higher standard of living because I cannot get used to living in the slums or nothing like that, you know. I mean, you do have foreigners that live in the favelas, but it fits them. You gotta go with what works for you at the end of the day, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, for me, it's not my style. I couldn't do it, but some other people, it's their style. You know, I mean, I don't knock them from it, but at the end of the day, you want to live cleaner. You don't want to take that gamble.
You want to live live, you know.
Yeah. And you don't want to take that gamble. Like anywhere I go overseas, I like to live good. I don't want to live like a poor local man. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
because things become rough. How about if you decided to have a family?
Exactly.
You want to have a kid?
Exactly.
You got to move out the favela. You know, I had a friend that lived in the favela. He had to move out the favela because he had a daughter, so he had to move to a cleaner place. He had to move to Baltimore.
This right here is definitely a family, or since I've been walking through here, I noticed a lot of families.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of gated communities. Look at that body. Take a little shot of that right there.
Yeah, that's a nice body check.
Body check. I'm trying to get a little closer. Let's see it. Body Tech Gym. Okay. All right. You know, this living. I mean, this place never ceased to amaze me.
It's a lot of hidden paradise over here, man. It's a lot of hidden paradise. And we didn't even talk about the outskirts of Rio, towards, you know, they have nice places there too. You know, so I mean, we're in the west side of Rio now, so
this is beautiful, man.
It's a different world.
Man, I mean, this is the paradise I've been thinking about. Walking down the beach, maybe at twilight with your woman.
Exactly.
Okay? She will appreciate you bringing her out here.
Exactly.
All right? Any Brazilian woman, any woman for that matter, whether in the Matrix or not, cannot say they wouldn't appreciate it.
It's just quiet living, you know, I mean, because when you're a tourist, you know, I mean, you want to be around, you know, the Copacabana, you want to be around the South Zone, but after a while, when you live here, it's different. You don't want to be around the tourist stuff anymore. You want to go away from it. You want to go as far as you can because you want to get the local experience, you know? So, I mean, in life, you adjust to wherever you go.
Exactly.
You know, like when you live as an expat, around the world. I don't live in so many countries around the world, and I can tell from my experience, it's a big difference living as a tourist than as an expat. You know, when you're an expat, you gotta adjust your living standards. You know?
This right now is at the top of my list.
Of course.
For potential moving spots when I move over here in 2017. Okay, probably March of 2017 when I get back here. This right here is definitely on point. You know. Obrigado, meu amigo. See. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like I said, you got buses, you got the metro too. You know, Barra is a big place.
Now does the metro train come stop here through here?
It stops by the shopping mall now. You know.
Okay.
But it doesn't run on the weekend. It just runs Monday through Friday, all the way to 12 o'clock at midnight. You know. But you know, you have the bus options. You know, and it's not hard to catch a bus here.
Okay.
You know? It's really easy. It's really simple. You know, like I said, it's a simple living. You know, it's simple, it's quiet, it's low key. You know, and we're gonna check other areas out. You know. So this is what it's about, you know, getting away and venturing out so you can discover what works for you.
Let me land an apartment up there. It's over.
Exactly.
I'm not coming back to the U.S. I'm going to come back to the U.S. to to see my 76-year-old mother, okay, you know, and my father, okay, just to visit. I want my father, if you're out there, Charles Tyler Sr., listening, I want him to get a whiff of this. Same guy who up and told me he didn't want me to come down here. I want you to get a whiff of this, Daddy. Okay? All right? Don't you worry. You're going to see more. When I do make that jump, I want you, my baby brother Orlando, I will buy your airline tickets to bring you down here. All right? That message goes out to my father.
Beautiful.
Okay?
Beautiful.
Yes. You know, this is way beautiful. Oh my God, the first time I've ever seen a ram. That was my truck back home. First time I've ever seen a ram in almost 5 years.
Yes, I ain't seen them in a while either.
So they do exist.
You'll find them. You'll find them. But you know, like I feel like anything, man, it's always good to get out the regular tourist shit so you can see other things, you know. Because if you stay in the same touristic area, especially if you stay in Copacabana, you're never gonna know the real, and that's anywhere you go around the world. You want to get away from the touristic area to see the local area, you know, to see how the middle class and upper class locals live. So you can have an idea how you want to live, you know.
Oh man, I gotta get a walk on the beach, man. You mind that, man? I gotta get a walk on the beach here, man.
I'm taking my shoes off, shit. I got nothing but time, brother. No rush. You know, I'm not punching the clock. You're not punching the clock to nobody.
See, that's another thing. Now, hey, by the way,
when you're in the matrix, you gotta work on
punching the clock.
Punching the clock.
Now, but speaking of punching the clock, all right. Now, Raphael, you've been abroad for,
you know, more prepared for it. It'll make you better.
Okay.
This is the best thing.
All right, I gotta go do the same here. I got a zipper on my end. Besides, I love these Nikes.
When I was a kid growing up, my mother used to tell me, I can foresee you living abroad, you know, living somewhere around the world because you love the adventure, you love the thrill, you know. And I said one day, my goal is to experience different cultures and go around the world and experience it for yourself, you know. Try different foods, stuff you never had in your life. You know, stuff that the media shows us is a whole bunch of bullshit. Don't go to this country, don't do this, don't do that. You know,
Brazil's the most dangerous country in the world.
They say the same stuff about Ethiopia.
Yes.
It's dangerous, it's this, it's that, they dying, they starving. All this bunch
You'll get they hate Americans, you'll get killed and all this other stuff.
When I went, I said I was impressed.
You know, like I said, it goes back to fear.
Fear is the biggest enemy.
Fear is the greatest enemy.
If you have fear, you will never ever leave your room. You know?
Fear will keep you locked into the matrix. And like I said, now when you break away from the matrix, you get open-minded on a lot of things. Okay? You get open-minded on how you can live abroad.
Exactly.
Now, you've been living abroad for what, 20 years now?
I've been outside the United States already since 2012. I started in Thailand.
4 years now.
Yes, 4 years. Started in Thailand. And then from Thailand, I just decided, you know, I was going to Dominican Republic. I was going back and forth, Dominican Republic and Thailand. And I will visit Brazil here and now and then. And then at first, I wasn't really thinking about moving to Brazil. I never thought about it, never crossed my mind at all. You know, for a lot of reasons. I was basically afraid of, you know, the language barrier, living. I was very naive in terms of like Brazil, even though I was coming to this country, I didn't know much about it. And so suddenly, a few years ago, I just started coming more to Brazil. I started seeing different states. I started going to more places, and I kind of said, well, I can see myself
How do you make a living living out here for that long?
You have to let the dollar follow you. Whether one of the best advice is invest your money, preferably like in something that's going to benefit you. You know, if you start young, like in your early 20s, like they say, open up an investment retirement account. You know, you put a certain amount of money there, let it sit there, it'll grow with interest. 20 years go by fast, 20 years go by fast. Another solution is many opportunities online. You can generate income online from the comfort of your home, right? Third option is if you're making over 6 figures, you don't have any kids, you're single, invest in there's a lot of business opportunities a lot of options. You just have to decide what's going to work for you and minimize your expenses in the States. Yes. You know, if you don't need 2 cars, you don't need a big mansion.
$300 Jordans every day.
You don't need a big car, a big mansion. I had a nice car. I had 5 things. I was that 6-figure guy in America. You know, I was making a lot of money, but I was saving all my money because I knew one day it was going to end in terms of like me saying, hey, you know what, I'm getting out of here. You know, so you have to plan your future ahead. Save your money. Don't waste your money in things that you don't need. And remember, when you buy things that's a liability, it becomes a liability and it keeps you stuck in the matrix. I don't need
I'm not playing on living my life. That's right here is living.
It's okay, you know, we all have family in America, in the States. I have my mother, my parents, they there, with the exception of my grandmother. Well, what I'm saying is like, at the end of the day, you're grown, you have to take care of yourself. Yes, I miss my mother, my father, but they're living their life, I live my life too. I can't go to the same bar now. You know, they already know that I have to start living my own life. I'm living here. Put it on the internet.
Skype, on Facebook, always stay in contact.
And let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you. When you go home, even to visit, your parents are working so much. And by the time they get home, your vacation time in the making is a disaster in that sense because your parents don't have time. So basically, the only way I get to sit down with my parents and talk is when they go to their country on vacation to the Dominican Republic. I can't hang out with them because they're too busy. They're very busy. You know, it's nothing personal. That's just the way the matrix is set up. It's set up to keep the family separated, even when you live in the same city. You're still separated.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm closer to them right now, being away from them. Believe it or not. I talk to my father almost every day. I talk to my mother almost every day. I face my mother almost every day. We'll keep talking. But, you know, moral of the story is, guys, man, you have to plan your future money-wise. Start saving your money, you know? Don't spend your money on useless things, you know what I'm saying?
Invest your money.
Invest your money in the right things, you know?
Or even work towards an online type of position.
Exactly. And if you're a frustrated with you need to work to an online position that allows you to live abroad, that allows you to travel, and live outside the United States. That's what invest your money right. So you can have income coming in. You have income coming in, you can live anywhere around the world. It doesn't matter.
Let the dollar follow you, not you follow the dollar. We're going to follow up on this video later on. We ran out of time. I'm going to set it all back up.